Hello and welcome back to what felt like a million friggin' years. In other words, a whole single year has passed already. Isn't that crazy? What a year, huh? Captain, you daft imbecile, you flummoxed buffoon. It's only the 8th day of the year. The buffoon is flummoxed. All two people that get that reference are probably feeling kind of cool right now. But either way, welcome back. It is the new year, and I have come up with a few new drawings, and by that I only mean just a singular one. Also, we should get some... There we go. Right. Spotify. It's not working. And there we go. Now it's working. I didn't mean to jump so quickly back into exactly what we're going to be drawing for today, because honestly, I kind of somewhat sort of struggled to think of things to do. That is until a friend of mine's birthday was like only 2 days ago. So I kind of 3 days ago, a few days ago. So I kind of scrambled this together and showed him just the first initial sketch part of it, and then got to work on. I actually started to work on the shading for a bit, which means that this is the first time that I've gone this developed into it's the first time I've started to stream this developed into a drawing so far. Hi Searchy. It is 2025 and we are both still alive. Life is cool and good. Also, speaking of life, the main reason why I took 2 weeks off instead of just a single Christmas week off is because in the description of the last video I mentioned a pretty significant life event. And that life event is I'm now working at a place that I went to school for. I'm now working as an electrician, and I'm happy. I'm not too happy about the amount of dust that's in the ceilings and the length I have to drive to get over to the place. But I hear that we're almost done with our current work spot, and the next place is going to be just a little bit closer, which is a relief. And hopefully a little bit earlier in the day, because right now I'm waking up at 12:30 a.m. to be over there by 3 a.m., which at the very least I'm getting home by about noon, which is nice at the very least. Thank you, Searchy. Alright, now that the intro music has done, we are back to the chill/relax playlist. Probably also share another thing. This is completely unrelated to anything, and I actually mean that. It is related to the fact that, or the reason why, another contributing reason why I decided to take 2 weeks off instead of just the one. Let's see if I can get it up here for a second. There it is. This is what we call the start of an unhealthy addiction. I will say though, at the very least, I'm not playing some competitive shooter game where the only thing you progress in is just unlockable skins or whatever the heck. This is an actual decent game that honestly, I feel like has changed how a few gears in my head work for the better. It's also got me looking at my own backyard, thinking, the possibilities. It has been a crazy year. In my opinion, probably with one exception, 2024 was probably the best year of my adult life. And that one exception would have to be in 2020 when the Henry Stickmin video exploded. But anyway, wasn't this a freaking art stream? We should be getting to that. Like I said before, this is a character, a persona, if you will, of a friend of mine. The persona of, I think, his channel, I'm pretty sure. So it wouldn't hurt to check him out. Of course, I would have to update the description, which I will hopefully remember to do by the end of this. My backyard is covered in snow. I'm gonna be completely honest, I kind of envy you, because I live in a place where I don't get snow. And I just like to know what it's like. I feel like, I have a feeling it's not gonna be as fun for like the millionth time, but for me, who's never even seen it before, who's had the snow falling once in his hometown in his entire lifetime, I would like to know, would like to know what snow is like. And also, besides, once all the snow is gone, you have plenty of water for grass in the spring, which I imagine would bring a lot of fertile land, as well as a nice spring-like smell to the backyard, which honestly I feel like is something I've missed from my school days. It's the smell of wet grass, you know what I mean? I feel like I don't get that, I don't know that, I don't detect that smell as much anymore. I also wanted to say that this stream might be a bit on the shorter side mainly because I've got something I'm doing in about 40 minutes, as well as my new schedule, which I should probably share in a community post. Constantly hear owls and birds outside this pit. You're making me jealous. You're making me want to move to a place that I've been meaning to move to for a while, a lot quicker. But it's not going to be able to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. But maybe if I save up enough, and maybe in a year or two, I can follow in my oldest brother's footsteps when he moved out of the house. Because that's a thing. That's another thing that he did earlier this year as well. Another crazy thing about 2024 was it was a big year for my brother as well, my oldest brother. So he's doing good, and I'm happy for him. Hello. Hello, Dirty Red 2.0. Welcome in. Yeah, to be honest, this stream is definitely going to be more of just a catch-up stream more than anything. Not catch-up like the tomato-based condiments, I mean catching up like getting up to speed on what I've been up to. Two big things being I started working where I'm going to school for now, finally, or what I went to school to learn about. I'm now working in a place like that, as well as my crippling Stardew Valley addiction, which has recently developed, and is also part of the contributing reason why I decided to take the New Year's Day off as well. And honestly, depending on how this schedule goes, I might just now that I have a concrete confirmed schedule, that was the main reason why I wasn't consistently or choosing to do streams other days. Now that I've got a concrete one, I might see about doing streams more often. I would also really like to get back into editing longer videos as well. Because those were a lot of fun, but I just need to get back into the mindset of it. I'm sorry about describing them, but okay, that's a sentence you just said. It's a sentence that you just said, and it's now permanently on the internet, and that I have to acknowledge as well. This is my honest reaction to that information. I realized I had this set up wrong the whole time. Exam's coming up, best of luck to you. Seriously. And highly recommend that you actually take those seriously. Just as a general bit of practical advice, I guess you could say. I would like to get some kind of physical painter kit eventually. But it's going to be quite jarring for my brain that's become so accustomed to this to not have an undo key where my thumb is. But that's just going to be an important part of the discipline involved in an actual physical paint set. That's how they've done it since the dawn of time anyway. What we have these days, we have it easy, and we often take that for granted. It's the curse of being a digital artist, yeah. It's so nice, but sometimes it's also too convenient for its own good. When you start, like, actually drawing in a sketchbook, which honestly is probably the reason why I haven't been doing that as much. That and also because, because my schedule is now new and improved. I have to find ways to implement time for it again. Hello, Blues Journey. Good to see you here. I've beefed with Sephiroth. I called him edgy. Well, that is a pretty apt description of the guy from what I've seen. If there were ever a list of adjectives to call Sephiroth from the Final Fantasy games, I think that's where he's from. That will definitely be on top of the list. Similar to Edgeworth, the Phoenix Wright guy, or the guy from Phoenix Wright, I think. The autopsy report updater. The developer of Ravenfield's favorite game. That's all I really know about Phoenix Wright. Give me a second. If I had a nickel for every time I forget to set the BRB overlay, I have like 20 cents or whatever. Like your streams, they're peaceful. Thank you. Actually, that's very reassuring. Good to know that's just as therapeutic for me, for you, as it is for me. I only wish that I had some, I only wish that I set aside more time to improve the graphical aspects of it, like the start screen and the microphone quality as well. Because I'm running off of just what other people say makes a HyperX quadcast sound good. That, and also just my voice in general is kind of could be better. It also could be worse. Honestly, it sounds better when I'm screaming at the top of my lungs while playing Helldivers 2. I've noticed. Just a little bit better though. Speaking of that game, and just games in general, I should probably stream some games more often. Granted, those streams probably wouldn't be as peaceful depending on the game, but it would still be fun eventually. That reminds me, I still... Holy crud. I still want to play XCOM 2, a certain modded campaign idea that I've had for a long time. I have the character pool available. I can even add you, Searchy, if you want to be a soldier in XCOM 2 specifically, with the War of the Chosen DLC and all the other DLCs. I have everything ready, or at least I can get everything ready. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I mean, with the concrete schedule in hand, I might be able to set aside time for it. Screaming at the top of your lungs while playing a game is so real. Indeed it is, depending on the game, of course.
Place your heart with mine. Let your sleeping soul take flight. Take me through the night. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river.
Especially when your teammates are not doing their job. That's honestly what makes it fun, in a way. It's fun how that comment can apply to so many different games, honestly. First thing that came to mind, of course, was Helldivers 2. And then I thought Lethal Company as well. So whatever other cooperative games are popular at the moment. DRG, if you will. Hang on, there's gotta be a better way to do the shading on these rocks. I think it starts with going a step back for a bit. As an artist, would you say when you set down your Apple Pen on a blanket, does it immediately disappear? I don't have an Apple Pen. I do have an... just remembered, I do actually have an iPad that I got from the school that I went to, that I was able to keep after it ended. And I never actually use it afterwards, because I'm not the most familiar with Apple products. A friend of mine in school had an Apple Pen though. When you set your Apple Pen down on a blanket, does it immediately disappear? I've had that happen before when you're writing or just using some kind of any writing implement in bed or with a blanket, and then your finger loses contact with it for like half a picosecond and then it just disappears forever. Maybe not forever, but you spend a considerable amount of time finding it. Yeah, that has happened before. Happens to everybody, happens to the best of us. It is a certainty in life, along with death and Texas and that thing where the waiter goes, enjoy your food too, and you say the in that exact order. And yes, I know what I meant. I know what I said and what I meant when I said death and Texas. Right. That was fast. Might get just a little bit itty bitty tiny bit real here for a second, but ever since I started this new JOB, time I feel like has gone at super speed. And I feel like my overall perception of it has been only slightly changed by the way Stardew Valley has its days timed, and also because of the fact that this new job honestly feels less like a job and more just a large project that I'm contributing to that I also happen to be being paid for. So it doesn't feel like a job to me, which I guess sets different expectations in my brain. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a weird feeling. Also, on a slightly unrelated note, I wish, as an American, I could talk about something other than work, just to socialize with people. I think that'd be really awesome. I think that'd be really cool. Ah, crud, I was on the wrong layer. Alright, I gotta wrap this up in like 5 minutes. Right, and finally, I'm pretty happy with this actually. And I think my friend I'm drawing this for would be happy with it as well. And finally, as the little cherry on the very top, There we go. Now, I will say, for the record, I did very clearly use a reference for this. And the reference is probably the one that you're thinking of. It is definitely the Warhammer shovel meme. By this person down here, in case you're curious. Glad that they put their name on this. Alright, but other than that, wow, and about exactly 45 minutes. Not bad time. Even though it is a lot shorter than usual. Alright, and then I can worry about exporting the time lapse and the actual image later. But for now, I'm gonna do a thing that I said I was gonna do. So, I'm very happy to have been able to catch up and let everyone know what the deal is. And how much I would like to probably get back into... Well, I mentioned it only once, the fact that the idea of editing for longer videos. I think that'd be fun to do, again. Making the whole time-lapse compilation reminded me of that a lot. I just need to better manage my time for it. And at the very least, I'll be able to have weekends again. Because all throughout 2024, I did not actually have that many weekends. Because it was either just working or school. With very few in between. With only just a few days off. Where I just wanted to do nothing. But that's a story for another day. And for right now, if everything is said and done... Now we're going into 47 minutes. If everything is said and done, I will see everybody later. And thanks for stopping by. Searchy, I'm very tempted... First of all, thank you, specifically. And second of all, I'm very tempted to make you, turn you into an XCOM 2 character. So that you could show up in the next campaign that I'm planning with everybody. That I also would like to stream eventually. Maybe when I make an attempt to get that new VTuber model that I keep bringing up but haven't really done much about yet. When I keep bringing up the idea of bringing this guy to life. Which this, by the way, is a updated outfit slash design, I guess you could say, for you know, the guy in the thumbnail. Which, yes, it is a guy, by the way. Okay, but as I was saying, for real this time, if everything is said and done, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and I hope pretty sure my friend who I'm drawing this for will be as well. So, until next time, I will see everybody later. Have a very, very good 2025.